When I first started my glow up journey, I was always so insecure, and I thought it was because of my looks. I was never the pretty friend. I was constantly told that I needed to lose weight. I always hated looking in the mirror. But I'm telling you, I had the biggest glow up of my life when I finally realized that my looks were not the problem. Okay, it was my mindset. I would spend all my days scrolling on my phone, bed rotting, making excuses, and just wasting my life. Well, let me hold your hand when I say this, bestie. A true glow up does not start with your looks. It starts in your mind. Well, in this video, I'm going to be sharing 11 mindset hacks that will actually improve your mental health and help you enter your glow up era. If you're new here, hello, my name is Lena and I share all things leveling up and becoming your best self. So if you are not already subscribed already,
what are you doing?
Okay,
what are you doing?
Go subscribe right now. Your words program your reality. So one of the biggest parts of my mental glow up was realizing how much my inner voice was shaping myself and my actions. If you constantly tell yourself, I always fall off, I'm not consistent, I'm lazy, your brain will believe it. You start acting like it's true. Fun fact, your brain cannot tell the difference between reality and your thoughts. So I used to always talk down on myself and talk negatively about myself and then wonder why my actions would prove my thoughts. So this is where affirmations changed the game for me. And I'm telling you, girl, this is real because there's science to back this up. A study done at Dominican University found that people who wrote down their goals were 42% more likely to actually achieve them. So writing down your goals, writing down your affirmations, that makes it real. It can turn your intention into action. So I want you and me to lock this in together. I want you to comment down below. I am in my mental glow up era, and this affirmation is going to remind yourself who you want to be until that version starts showing up. It also really helps to catch your negative self-spiral talk. Like whenever you hear yourself saying something negative to yourself, I want you to repeat your affirmation to yourself. I'm in my mental glow up era. I am capable. I am talented. I am successful. Confidence is built in private. So let me tell you guys, confidence does not come from your looks or the number of likes you get on a picture, what guy likes you back, how many friends you have, how many followers you have. True confidence is built in private. It's built at 6 a.m. when you decide to wake up instead of snoozing your alarm. It's built when you say you're gonna journal, go to the gym, start posting on social media, and actually follow through. Because when you start to keep promises to yourself, that builds self-trust. And that self-trust is where respect and true confidence stems from. Like guys, I was wasting so much time running an hour on the treadmill every single day, counting every single calorie, dieting, doing my makeup, doing my hair, picking out the perfect outfit, thinking that that is what would make me confident. But the truth is, the reason I was not confident was because I'd set goals and never follow through. And deep down, I knew I was the kind of person who couldn't keep a promise to myself, and that type of energy, it showed. So even when I looked put together on the outside, I still wasn't confident and I still didn't seem confident to other people because I was not proud of myself and how I was showing up as. So literally the moment I started showing up for myself, even in like the small ways, my whole confidence, my life, it changed. So if you constantly make excuses, break your own word, don't have self-trust, if you set goals for yourself but never follow through, your self-trust and confidence is probably non-existent. And that insecurity shows up in your body language, the energy you radiate, your relationships, your decisions, your opportunities. So if you truly want to be confident, I'm telling you, do not focus on how other people see you. Focus on how you see yourself. Because I'm telling you, I became the most confident, hottest version of myself when I became the girl that shows up for myself, who is consistent with myself, who does not quit on myself. Because when you do that, you start to walk different, you talk different, the energy you radiate off, it's different. Cheap dopamine versus earned dopamine. So let me explain the difference between cheap and earned dopamine. So dopamine is actually the chemical that your brain releases that helps you feel those happy hormones, to feel motivated, to feel inspired, to basically just feel good. But not all dopamine is built the same. So there's cheap dopamine, and this makes you feel good fast, but you also crash super hard. So examples are scrolling on your phone, binging Netflix, buying a bunch of clothes online when you know you don't have the budget, posting a picture on Instagram and looking at all the likes in the comments, getting constant notifications on your phone, your laptop. Cheap dopamine is basically a drug that gives you a temporary high, but it is super, super addicting. And it does not last long at all. And because it's this cheap, easy drug, you start to get addicted. So normal things that are supposed to give you dopamine basically does not do anything for you. So your baseline happiness, motivation, all those good feelings that you feel, it drops and your attention span shrinks. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this because trust me, you, we all have done a fair share of cheap dopamine fixes. Like for example, last year I was really struggling with my mental health and I was so depressed because I was dealing with a lot of acne and health issues, and that caused me to try to escape, and I developed a really bad phone addiction to escape my feelings that I felt. And I was just so addicted to my phone. I would doom scroll for hours and hours. It made me feel good in the moment, but right after I was done, I felt so drained, and for like the rest of my day, the rest of my week, I wouldn't do anything else with my day. I skipped my workouts, I wouldn't hang out with any of my friends. I just stayed home and just let myself rot, basically. So if if you're finding that you feel mentally just unmotivated, you feel scattered, and you feel like you can't focus on something for more than 5 seconds, you're not lazy. It's probably because you are hooked on that cheap dopamine. Well, good news, there's something called earned dopamine, and this is the kind of dopamine you get when you do things that are harder and slower but more rewarding. So examples are journaling, working out, painting, reading a book, going to therapy, meeting up with a friend. This earned dopamine doesn't hit like instant gratification, but it lasts so much longer. The way you have to think of it is that you're not getting that cheap, easy fix. You are getting that bougie, expensive fix that you earn. And here's like a simple photo that kind of breaks it down easier. You can screenshot, save, whatever you want to do. But once I started actively choosing earned dopamine over cheap, guys, everything changed. I could finally focus. I started showing up for myself, started feeling motivation, and it felt good to not be so addicted to that cheap dopamine. Because that cheap dopamine, it would make me feel good in the moment, but I would always crash later. So if you are trying to glow up mentally, stop feeding your brain with that cheap fast food type of dopamine. Give it that real nourishment, that earned dopamine, and your life will literally change. Therapy is the hot girl cheat code. Like I said, taking care of your mental is one of the most important, if not the most important part of glowing up. And I cannot emphasize enough how speaking and venting to a professional about things that I'm going through or things that I'm working through, it has transformed the way that I feel on my day-to-day. My self-esteem got better, my confidence, I feel more like myself, I feel more motivated. So I'm really excited to share that this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy service, and they make therapy so simple and accessible. You fill out a short questionnaire about your preferences and what you're looking for in a therapist, and they'll match you with someone from their network of over 30,000 licensed professionals. I'm actually currently in therapy with BetterHelp, and I literally love my therapist, okay? She makes me feel so seen, and I feel so much more confident and clear. And you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's video, phone, live chat, or messaging. And if the therapist you've been matched with isn't the right fit, you can switch anytime at no additional cost. And with BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality that you'd expect from in-office therapy, but with more flexibility, convenience, and at a more affordable price. To get started, you can go to betterhelp.com/LenaLifts or click the link in my description to get 10% off your first month of therapy. Again, that's betterhelp.com/LenaLifts. And thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Create your mental health menu. You know, just like you shouldn't wait till you're absolutely starving to figure out what you want to eat, you should not wait till you're mentally spiraling and going to hit rock bottom for you to do something about it. So one of the best things you can do for your mental health glow up is have a mental health menu. So this is going to be your personal list of go-to things that you can reach for whenever you feel overwhelmed or anxious or stressed. So make sure you include things that are earned dopamine. So examples would be journaling for 10 minutes, put your phone on do not disturb, take a walk with no distractions, listen to your favorite music playlist, go to bed early, book a therapy session. So whenever I start to feel like not myself and I feel kind of off, I feel unmotivated, I just go to this menu and pick something, and I'm telling you, I always feel so much better when I choose something from my menu instead of relying on quick fixes like binge watching on Netflix and scrolling on my phone. So ask yourself what is on your mental health menu, what makes you feel good, and write it down. Keep it in your notes app and actually go back to it and use it whenever you need it. Wake up early. Guys, waking up early changed my life. And you know, waking up early is not about having the perfect, you know, that girl morning routine that's super unrealistic. For me, waking up early just helps me feel much more in control over my life because you have more control over how your day starts. So instead of starting your day just waking up, snoozing your alarm a bunch of times, picking up your phone and just scrolling away, and then eating no breakfast, just rushing out the door, versus when you wake up earlier, you give yourself more time to pour into yourself, pour into your own cup. And I noticed this huge difference. When I decide to sleep in instead of waking up early, I feel more tempted to grab my phone and just scroll, and it makes me go straight into just reactive mode, and I feel stressed. I feel rushed and scattered before like my day even begins. But when I choose to wake up like 30 minutes to an hour earlier, everything just slows down and I just feel so much more calm. I actually started the series on my Instagram and TikTok called 6 a.m. morning routine, and it's just like a timestamped morning routine of what I do, and it motivated a bunch of you guys to start waking up early too. And some of you guys commented and messaged me how it changed your life because you never woke up early before and now you did, and you feel a huge difference. So I know it's not just me. I just love having time for myself in the morning to sit with my thoughts, to journal, to move my body, practice healthy habits. And when you do that, I promise you, you will see the rest of your day go so much better, and mentally you just feel so clear. And this is also backed by science. So there's a study published that found that people with earlier wake up times had lower rates of depression and better mental well-being. And why is that? It's because waking up earlier and having a morning routine, it's linked to having a less chaotic start of your day. And I'm telling you, just waking up earlier, just 30 minutes to an hour, is gonna give you so much more of a sense of control, and your mental will thank you. Keep a gratitude journal. One of the simplest things that helped me with my mental glow up is keeping a gratitude journal. So every day I just write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. It literally takes less than 2 minutes, but the shift in your mindset is huge. It almost trains your brain to focus on the good, and when you start your day that way, you'll find that the rest of your day you'll feel more positive. Because immediately, the way that we're wired is as soon as we wake up, we are stressed. We are thinking about what we have to do that day, what I'm gonna make for lunch, what I'm stressed out about. And by gratitude journaling, it's gonna help you focus on what you already have and be grateful for it. So you just like start your day on the right note. know, and this is also backed by science, a study found that by practicing gratitude daily, it rewires your brain for better mood, less stress, and long-term happiness. And your girl actually created my very own journal to help you with gratitude journaling. It has a dedicated page for you to fill out your gratitude, your affirmations, your goals every single day. And now my journals are officially available on Amazon. So if you want to start your journaling journey, I'm gonna have it linked in my description for you guys. Set the tone for your surroundings. Your direct environment is either fueling you or draining you. And you know this, anytime that your room or your closet is a complete mess, you just feel so much more stressed. And take it from me, I used to wake up every single day to the messiest room. I would always fall asleep with my phone right next to me. I would never make my bed. I had zero routine and I would just wake up in complete chaos. And my physical environment always reflected that. And then I would wonder why I felt anxious and stressed and overwhelmed all the time. Your environment truly sets the tone for your nervous system. So when your space is like cluttered and overwhelming, it is overstimulating to you, you're gonna feel so much more stressed and distracted. But when your space is clean, you will feel the difference. So set up your space in a way that supports your mental health and your goals. So for example, if you want to start working out more, turn one drawer into your workout clothes zone. Organize it, color coordinate your gym wear. Make it look cute, aesthetically pleasing. If you want to drink more water, drink it in a pretty glass or a cute water bottle. Add some lemon, cucumber, mint. Put in that little extra pizzazz. If you want better sleep, charge your phone outside of your room. If you want to read more, keep your book on your pillow or your nightstand so it's easy access. And setting your environment also includes what you are consuming. So if you're constantly consuming negative things, gossip, drama, and trust me, I'm guilty of it, okay? I love listening to like celebrity gossip. It's my guilty pleasure. But I notice when I constantly consume it, I just feel overall more negative. So stop scrolling, curate what you consume, set time limits on your phone, throw on a music playlist that uplifts you. I literally have a dedicated romanticized life playlist that I listen to that just genuinely makes me feel good. If I'm going on a hot girl walk, I'll listen to it. If I'm cleaning, I'll listen to it. Set a no list. So you know, you, me, we all make to-do lists, right? But here's a hack that really helped change my mindset. Whenever I see myself starting to do bad habits or habits that just don't really fill my cup or make me feel good, I start creating a no list. So I'll write it in my journal, on a post-it note, anywhere where I'm gonna see it. So whenever I feel tempted to do things that I know are not good for my mental, I just start writing a list of things that I am not allowing into my day. So for example, no people pleasing, no negative self-talk, no comparing myself to other people online, no spiraling over things I cannot control, no saying yes when I want to say no. It's kind of like setting the boundaries of things I kind of feel tempted to do and I just know it's not good for me, and it's kind of just creating that boundary and like kind of giving myself a stop sign to remind myself, hey, wake up, don't do these things, and be more aware of it. So try it whenever you start to feel that negative self-talk, that self-doubt, when you start wanting to do those not so good habits. Just try it for a week and you will literally feel the difference. Protect your peace. So this means from people who drain you, from content that makes you not feel good about yourself, from songs that make you feel sad when you listen to it. I remember when my mental health was at its worst, I was actually watching the news every single morning, and I actually thought it was good for me and I was being productive. No, it honestly made me feel so much more anxious throughout the day. So what you watch, what you listen to, who you surround yourself with, it will absolutely affect your mood and your mental health. If you're constantly consuming content that's negative or around people that just drain your energy, you are basically training your mind to be more anxious, to be distracted, unmotivated, insecure. So I had to start asking myself, does this content calm me or trigger me? Does this person bring me peace or take away my peace? Does this inspire me or drain me? So I'm telling you guys, your mental glow up is gonna happen when you start muting people, blocking people, cleaning up your feed, and just start being intentional about what you let in. And last but not least, people pleasing is not pretty. I remember I heard this somewhere and I never forgot it. The reason you're a people pleaser is because you are obsessed with other people liking you because you don't like you. And guys, that is so true. It literally blew my mind because I used to be a chronic people pleaser. And the reason that I was is because I wanted people to like me so badly. And being liked by someone, accepted, it gave me confidence because I did not give myself that confidence. So when you don't have confidence in yourself, you rely on other people's approval to make you feel worthy and to make you feel confident. So I used to think being easygoing and letting people disrespect me, overstep my boundaries, made me a good and likable person. But all it did was make people constantly disrespect me and think that it was okay, walk all over me. And I realized that they only liked a fake version of me because you being a people pleaser, that is not you. You are changing yourself to be someone that you're not so that person likes you. And being a people pleaser for like majority of my life made me attract friends that were horrible to me, that would constantly talk crap behind my back and just drain the life out of me. So the moment I started setting boundaries, putting myself first, people started respecting me more and I started respecting me more. And when you stop being a people pleaser and actually become the most confident version of yourself, you will attract genuine people around you that are attracted to that confident version of you, not the people pleasing version of you. And I'm so grateful because I have the least amount of friends I've ever had now. Now I have a genuine close group around me that genuinely loves me for me. And trust me, that is a million times better than having thousands and thousands of friends that you're not even close with that only like the people pleasing version of you. And it was a hard pill for me to swallow, but I had to realize that not everyone is for me, and that is okay. And just think about yourself. Did you like every single person you've ever met in your life? Probably not. I know that I haven't, and there's some people that it's not that I don't like them, I just don't really want to be friends with them. Some people I just don't vibe with, and that is completely okay. I really hope that these tips were helpful. Let us know in the comments if you have any other mental glow up tips that helped you. We don't gatekeep here on this channel. We like to put each other on. And if you're a real one, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post almost daily on there. I love you guys so much, and I hope to catch you in my next video. Bye!
우회전 taking a ride to Jonah Lake 눈치 보면서 들어가 할 때 찾아